A story in 5 words.
Tim Walz vomits more nonsense.
I called Donald Trump a wannabe dictator. It's because he is. It's because he is. Maybe it's time for us to be a little more fierce. Because we have to ferociously push back on this. The thing that bothers a teacher more than anything is to watch a bully, to watch this bully and to stop it. And when it's a child, you talk to them and you tell them why bullying's wrong. But when it's adult like Donald Trump, you bully the out of him back. This is a weak, cruel man that takes it out and punches down on people.
Wow. Oh. Jamie.
What a
Painful,
douchebag,
huh?
Greg. That was absolutely painful. He was the keynote speaker at this conference. Can you imagine having to watch more of that?
Yeah.
Having Tim Walz as your keynote speaker is like opening a mall and the big store at the end is a Kohl's.
I like Kohl's.
Yeah, and I don't know why, but I love every time Tim Walz tries to dress nicely, he looks like when you dress a baby up for a wedding.
Yeah.
I can't get over it. I also thought it was just like, the whole speech is just like, he's like, don't bully, let's bully him, right? He kind of goes back and forth. I don't think bullying is funny, or I think it's bad. I was bullied. I was bullied quite a bit. You probably could have guessed that.
Yeah.
I was bullied. I was bullied almost up until high school, and I was homeschooled.
Tyrus, is there something going on that we're missing?
Well, there's a couple of things. First of all, whose balls is he hiding in his cheeks?
Yeah.
That's the first question that I want to know. And I don't love the way he says, fierce.
Yeah.
We've got to be fierce. We
That's from watching
fiercely
a
have
lot
to
of
go up to
RuPaul.
President Trump and spank him. We got to bully him. I got to get my hands on him. I'm going to Greco-Roman him to the ground. But the creepiest thing that he said besides all that, a teacher, the worst thing for a teacher to do is watch a bully? So you're a teacher in the playground and you're just watching the bully? You're the creep.
Yeah.
A teacher snatches the bully's ass up.
Yeah.
Come sit with me. That's what I know. Someone's bullying. Oh, you can sit with me for a while. And then I would lean on him. I'd bully him back. He's not a teacher. He's not a politician. He's a creepy guy who can't remember his speeches. I don't know what the hell was in the water in that White House, or was everyone on the same bad cocaine? But Kamala can't speak. He can't speak. Biden was so high he couldn't remember anything. Like, this is literally the dumbest administration of all time. Why is he talking?
It really is the ultimate clown show. And I said this in the 5. He's a clown without a circus. He
doesn't even need makeup.
He's roaming the terrain. Is there some carnival that I could work for?
Yeah.
I'll wash your windows.
He's a rogue clown.
Yes.
Who is just an inconsequential footnote to vice presidential history.
Yes.
No one will remember his name on trivia night, and that's going to be in 3 months from now.
Yes.
Like, he is such a limp weenus. This is your weenus, by the way. That's your weenus.
Yeah, right here on the elbow.
That's it.
On the elbow.
Do you think he's a plant? The Republicans have.
That's exactly what I was thinking. I was watching this and I was like, he's got to be a Republican.
Right.
Because it's like his mannerisms, his lack of ideas, his just odd comportment, the fact that he hasn't seen his scrotum in a decade and a half, all of it makes it seem that he is single-handedly just trying to turf the Democrat Party.
Yes.
Because if they have a problem talking to men, and this is the guy they set out there, he's got as much use as a flammable tea cozy.
Yeah. No, it does. It seems like a skit, right? A bad skit. And here's the thing, though. So you're exactly right, Greg. The contradiction, he says, well, don't be bullies, but I'm going to bully Trump.
Yeah.
Okay, the idea that he could bully Trump, we've got news for you, okay? In that showdown, you end up in the locker, Tim Walz, okay? And Trump is the jock who takes off with the cheerleaders, okay? You will not be the bully. But looking at the political trends here, the Democrats have a massive problem with men. Hispanic men voted for Trump, first time ever. Young men overwhelmingly voted for Trump, first time ever. And they realize they have a problem, but they have no idea how to address it. And if their answer is sending out Tim Walz, I mean, who's going to be his sidekick for this? Andy Dick? I mean, it's like,
oh, now we know where the balls in his mouth are.
Yeah. But it is true because, like, it's like you always have to go somewhat lower than the person that's like, like Biden was picked by Obama, Kamala picked by Biden, and then he was picked by Kamala. What could he pick?
Yeah.
Like a jar of sweet pickles.
And by the way, in terms of this guy's failures, if he wants to see what real men, what masculine leaders do, he should look at the cops, okay, that he constantly derides,
right,
who had to save his biggest city, Minneapolis and St. Paul, during the riots because of what he unleashed, okay? Those were mostly young men with badges and guns and guts, right, who went out and did what men do, which is protect the weak.
Yeah.
If he wants an example, he should look at those people that he has disparaged for years.
It is amazing that we probably never would have known this guy existed if he hadn't been picked. And he was a governor. I mean, just think about this. He's a governor. Yeah. I never heard of him.
Not just any governor, Greg. He's a fierce guy.
Yes. You know what? I can't wait to find out in a year what his stage name will be.
Dolores.
Yes. Now, it has something to do with Waltz. I don't know.
Click here to subscribe to the Fox News YouTube page to catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis. You won't get it anywhere else.